down into darkness. Open my eyes, let me see the beauty that made this heart adore you. Hope of a life spent with you. And here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
Hello, Jewel Rubies. My name is Fumi Fadayomi, and by His grace, I'm your Jewel Rubies leader. I've been a member of Household of Faith for over 20 years, and I'm also a member of the Board of Trustees of the church. I'm a wife, and I'm a mother of 3. To the glory of God, my youngest graduated high school this past May, and I'm also the CEO of 2 companies. Applesoft Home Care Service is a company I started 17 years ago, and it's a skilled medical home health agency. And my second company, Acclaim Home Care, is 8 years old, and it's non-medical, non-skilled caregiver companion service. Before I get started on the topic of today, which is career changes / starting your own business, I would like to read a Bible passage out of the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 12. And it's from the NIV version. It states, "The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail." I'd like to give you a little background about myself before going into the topic. So my undergraduate education or degree is in finance, and I've got a master's degree in administration with a minor in IT. I moved to Texas shortly after getting married to my husband, and as a new wife, a new mother in a new environment, I was still trying to figure out what to do in Texas when our very own pastor, Pastor Rockwood Tusi, came to visit my husband and my family. He and my husband are childhood friends, and he was actually on his way to Atlanta for an Oracle development training. Before you know it, Pastor talked me into going to Atlanta with him for this training course. So with my 8-month-old in hand, my husband drove myself and Olu to Atlanta. Our family friends in Atlanta at the time were gracious enough to accommodate us for the 4 months we spent in Atlanta. It wasn't easy. I'm telling you, it was definitely not easy, but when there's a will, there's a way. After 4 months, Pastor and I returned back to Texas, and 2 weeks after returning, I got my job, my first job in Texas as an Oracle developer. I worked at this company for about 6 years, and in 2003, I got laid off. The company had gone through a merger and acquisition with another company, and they had to lay off some of the employees, and I happened to be one of them. They gave me a huge severance package, and I put that severance package on the side and continued to look for work. After 3 months of looking for work with no success, one of my uncles actually gave me the idea of starting my own business. He also gave me 2 ideas. He told me to look into Subway franchises and also into home health. He had a friend who had several Subway franchises, so he and I went to shadow the friend. After a week of doing that, I decided that wasn't for me. And the next thing was to explore the second option that he gave me, which is to start a home health agency. Initially, I didn't think that was possible because I'm not a nurse. I don't have a healthcare background. But he just kept convincing me, saying, "For me, knowing you, you can." I spoke to my husband about it too, and my husband has always been my biggest cheerleader, and he's always been very supportive. And after discussing with him, I decided that I was going to do that, and I did not waver. The first thing I did, and which is the first thing I would tell anybody who wants to start any business, is to get their finances in order. Sister Musungiwa did a session on credit, building, and finances, and so you're going to need that if you decide to start on your own business. The Small Business Administration is actually favorable towards a minority and women. So I pulled out the severance package and I actually hired a consultant. That's the second thing that I would advise anyone, try to get someone who is a pro in the business that you are trying to do. I hired a consultant and they helped me put together my policy and procedures. They taught me the ABCs of the industry. I learned everything I needed to know about home health. The third thing I did was I joined an association. So I joined the Texas Association of Home Health and Hospice. This is an industry that brings all the owners and like-minded people together. So I joined this organization so I could meet other owners in the industry. Also, another thing I did was I found other people, other owners in the industry that I could align with. So I built alliances with these people. What I do is I usually, we consult with one another, we share resources together, we refer to one another. And the industry is very big, so we don't have to feel like we're competing with one another. So if you find people that are like-minded, you will actually be able to work with them. And finally, what I did too was I found a mentor. So someone who was already successful in the field that could tell me the pros and cons of the industry, that could tell me what their shortcomings has been, the pitfalls they have faced, their successes. I found someone that was really good to me and was a mentor. And even till today, I have many mentors and I still have and I have mentees as well. And then the success came, not without hard work though. So it requires hard work and perseverance. And what I would like to advise to is once that success comes, I implore you to become humble, to remain humble, cool, calm, and collected, because it's just the beginning of many more opportunities to come. Hope this blesses you.